Welcome, my name is Sophia. This is not just another talk. This is the moment your life can start to shift. Maybe you've forgotten how strong you really are. Maybe people told you that you weren't enough. Maybe you stopped trusting yourself, but that can end today. Today, you will hear something different, 10 lessons that can help you move forward again. Lessons that many people never hear soon enough. But you still have time, and that's exactly why you're here. Some believe change is too hard. Some think success is only for the lucky few. Some feel happiness is for others, not for them. But that is not the truth. The truth is simple: life can change. You can change. But only if you're ready to not just hear these lessons, but to feel them. Let them sink deep into your heart. Let them remind you who you truly are. Let them help you start again. So take a deep breath. Sit with yourself, be honest. This is your moment now. Lesson 1. Your past does not control your future. Many people believe they will always be stuck. They say, I failed before, so I'll fail again. Or, I come from a poor family, so I'll never succeed. They keep repeating the same story, but your past is just one chapter, not the whole book. Maybe you've made mistakes. Maybe you've been hurt. Maybe you feel like you've wasted years. But that does not mean your future is over. It only means your new story hasn't started yet. People have turned their lives around after failure, after heartbreak, after getting lost. And that's possible for you too. You are not your mistakes. You are not your pain. You are not what others say about you. You are the one still standing, still breathing, still trying. That means you still have power. It begins with a new way of thinking. Stop saying, this is who I am. Start saying, this is who I am becoming. Your past is not a life sentence. It's a lesson, one that taught you what not to do and gave you the tools to grow. So next time your mind whispers you can't move forward, answer, I may have fallen before, but I'm still standing now. And that means I still have a chance. Lesson 2. Small steps change everything. Most people wait for the big moment to change their life. They say, one day I'll do it. But that one day never comes. Change doesn't happen in a single grand moment. It happens in small actions repeated daily. And you can do that. You don't need to be perfect. You don't need all the answers. You just need to begin. Think about learning English. You don't learn it in one day. You learn it by saying one sentence, then another, then another. It may feel slow, but one day you'll look back and see how far you've come. The same is true for anything. Don't wait for motivation, just take a step. Read one page. Walk for 10 minutes. Speak one kind word. Every small action is a brick, and those bricks build your future. There was once a girl who wanted to learn to speak. She had no confidence and a soft voice. Every night, she stood in front of a mirror and spoke 5 sentences in English. She didn't miss a day, even when she was tired. A year later, she was helping other students. 2 years later, she gave a speech in public. When people asked how she did it, she said, I just didn't stop. Lesson 3. You don't need anyone's permission to begin. Many never start because they're waiting for approval from a parent, a friend, a teacher, or society. But no one can give you your life. Only you can start it. You don't need permission to grow. You don't need someone to believe in you first. You can believe in yourself. A young man wanted to make videos. His family said it was a waste of time. His friends said no one would watch, but he did it anyway. His camera was old. He was shy, but he kept showing up. 2 years later, people were listening. And the same people who once laughed now said, "We always knew you could do it." If you've been waiting for someone to tell you it's okay to start, this is it. The lessons would continue exactly like this, all the way to lesson 10, with Sophia as the narrator instead of Charlotte, all examples slightly reworded but keeping meaning intact. The closing lines would still be, "You've come this far, and that alone is something to be proud of. Don't forget what you've read. Go back if you need to, read it again, share it, speak it aloud, let it live inside you." Change doesn't happen in one day, but one day can start the change. Maybe that day is today. Lesson 4. Fear is not a stop sign. Fear often feels like a wall. It makes you think you should turn back. But fear is rarely a wall, it's usually a doorway. The moment you step through it, you realize it was never as big as it seemed. Many people wait until they feel ready before they take action. But ready is a myth. You become ready by starting. There was a boy who wanted to travel to another city for work. He was scared of failing, of being alone, of not finding a job. But he went anyway. On the first day, he was nervous. On the second day, a little less. By the third month, that city felt like home. He often laughed at how much time he had wasted worrying. Fear will never fully disappear. But courage is not about removing fear. It's about walking forward with it. Lesson 5. Comparison will steal your peace. It's easy to look at someone else's life and feel behind. You see their success, their happiness, their perfect pictures, and you start believing you're not good enough. But you don't see the whole story. You don't see the late nights, the struggles, the self-doubt they carry. Every person is walking their own path. Think of flowers. A rose blooms in spring, a sunflower in summer. If the rose looked at the sunflower and said, "I'm late," it would miss the beauty of its own season. Your time will come. Focus on your growth, not their timeline. Lesson 6. Discipline beats motivation. Motivation is a spark. It comes and goes. Discipline is the fire that keeps burning, even when the spark fades. If you only act when you feel like it, you'll give up quickly. But if you train yourself to act no matter how you feel, you'll keep moving forward. A man once decided to write every day. Some days he felt inspired. Other days he felt tired, bored, or stuck. But he wrote anyway. A year later, he had a book in his hands, and the people who relied only on motivation still had nothing. You don't need to feel ready. You just need to keep showing up. Lesson 7. Let go of what you can't control. So much stress comes from trying to control what's outside your power, other people's actions, the past, the future. But you can't hold the whole world in your hands. You can only hold your own choices. A woman once spent years trying to change someone she loved. She argued, begged, and worried, but nothing changed. One day, she decided to focus only on her own growth. Slowly, her life became lighter, calmer, freer. When you stop trying to control everything, you find the energy to change the things you actually can. Lesson 8. Kindness is strength, not weakness. Some think kindness means being soft or letting people walk over you. But real kindness is powerful. It takes courage to stay gentle in a hard world. A young shopkeeper treated every customer with patience, even the rude ones. One day, an angry man came in shouting. The shopkeeper stayed calm and helped him anyway. Weeks later, that same man came back not to complain but to thank him. He said, "You treated me better than I deserved that day. It changed me." Kindness can change people in ways anger never will. Lesson 9. Progress is rarely a straight line. You will have good days, bad days, and days that feel like you're going backward. That's normal. Growth is messy. Think of climbing a mountain. Sometimes the path goes uphill, sometimes it dips down before rising again. What matters is that you keep climbing. If you slip, don't call it failure, call it a lesson. The journey is still moving forward, even if today feels slow. Lesson 10. Your life is yours to create. It's easy to wait for luck, for help, for the right time. But the truth is, no one is coming to hand you your dream. You have to build it with your own 2 hands. There was a man who spent years blaming his situation, the economy, his family, the government. Then one day, he decided to take one small step toward a business idea he'd been holding in his heart. 2 years later, that idea was his full-time job. You can choose to wait, or you can choose to begin. Both choices shape your life, but only one will move you forward. Closing words. You've come this far, and that alone is something to be proud of. Don't forget what you've read. Go back if you need to. Read it again. Share it. Speak it aloud. Let it live inside you. Change doesn't happen in one day, but one day can start the change. Maybe that day is today.